Welcome back. Satisfactory. Hey, I built the factory floor. We're one level above our pasta kitchen down here. And we're going to leave that for now. We want to get 20 of these, but for right now, 10 is enough. And we have all the nuclear pasta we need right this second. Once we get back to it, we'll go through and we'll figure out what's going on with the nuclear pasta. But for now, let's build some motors. So basically we finished all of the nuclear pasta line. Now we're doing the excuse me. Now we're doing the motor engine rocket line. I've picked the rigger motor recipe. Now, the interesting thing about that is that it turns the motor from a assembly to a manufacturer, but that's okay because it allows us to add some crystal oscillators, and we have a lot of crystal oscillators, so it allows us to cut our usage of things that we don't have a lot of in favor of things that we have a lot of. So if I go in here, so right here, normally it would be 2 rotors for 1 motor and 2 stators for 1 motor. But now with the rigger motor, it's 3 rotors for 6 engines. So it's effectively 3 rotors. Oh, what is that? 1.5? Oof, that's rough. Either way, we take a recipe that goes down 2 to 1 and we turn it into one that goes up 1 to 2. If we just add some crystal oscillators, which I think is worth it. I'm still having issues with consuming plate. We've made too much plate. We put it on a sushi belt and it's caused all kinds of problems. But in order to solve that problem, I'm just going to consume as many plates as possible and then see where we are. And part of that is getting to the level, right? So if I go to Smart Plate, which Smart Plate uses a ton of reinforced plate. It's 2 to 1 or it's 1 to 1 actually. But it also consumes a chunk of this. But once I get past the motors and we start making the modular engines, we can consume a good chunk of Smart Plate. And once we have a good sense of that, we can then see what we need to do to balance out that sushi belt. And also, we need to make sure that we have enough motors to make turbo motors. Right? Because motors require turbo motors, depending on how we decide to do them. I might go pressure cubes just to avoid cooling devices for now. But see, these are all things that we have to deal with in the future. Just giving you a sense of my thought process here. So this is stator, I believe. It doesn't matter. Stator, rotor, and crystal oscillator. Just get our labeling out of the way. Okay, well, we've got it all labeled. Now, I think I need to rework all this under. I don't think we necessarily need this level of... Why does it keep finding... Well, hold on. Really, the only problem is all of these So we just need to delete these containers. We don't really need this much storage just for the motors. That's a lot of storage. And then it's a question, I could make this belt building shorter. And then we'll put this one in here. Oh boy, I'm already making incorrect decisions. I mean, technically, this should be a merger. Doesn't really matter as long as it's facing the right direction. And those are splitters. What am I doing here? Oh, I was trying to do a double entry of one of the inputs. I mean, they're all relatively 3.75 on a 780 belt. Yeah, it's 200 machines. I am not worried about trying to pass a double here. So let's just put this guy in here. Just get this blueprint out of the way. That seems pretty straightforward. I guess I could call it by its alternate name. And then we'll select the right icon for this, which is obviously the motor icon. Oh, I don't know how many of these we want. Let's start with 9. See how that goes. And I think I want to run it this way. All right, let's see if we can get this build going. I have this little power pole. It's hot. That's how we're hovering. Well, 1 or 2 more actually would be nice. We did a really good job of ripping through that little bit of inventory. I think I know where there might be some encased beams. We'll just delete this, reclaim all of that, clean that up a little bit. Though technically, these guys probably want some of these encased beams. 1 second. Whew. What do we have here? Yeah, that looks like the output. I'll just drop a couple encased beams off. Just so we can get a few heavy modulars built. And we'll keep the rest, so we can build our machines. I think I should probably take this motor off the list, just to keep our shopping list clean. $20 of those is a lot. I can't imagine a world where I actually need to make that many nuclear pasta at the same time. Just understand, it's not going to cause me to build less, but I am willing to admit that we don't necessarily need it. All right, so we got our first row built. Obviously, this is kind of the test bed for the whole thing. Get power going up here. All right. Connect all the power. One more. Beautiful. Now we got to get the inputs. Stators, rotors, and crystal oscillators. I'm thinking we'll use this bus as our transportation method. To get those basics down here. And then we could probably get the stators and rotors up. I mean, it might be easier to do something like this. Though everything is on the ground level. Well, I guess not necessarily. This doesn't have to be. So we could use the high level here and the low level here to make this the stator and rotor. It could be just as simple as this. Okay. Now, where are the stators and rotors? We got lots of fused cubes. I know the stators and rotors are around here somewhere. Just trying to remember how we chose to store them. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to find our stators and rotors and we'll be right back. Okay. Well, we found the stators. This factory's getting really big. I need to get some additional labeling going here. So we've got our stators being made here, though it doesn't look like we're making a ton. No? Well, oh no, we've got plenty of stators, so that's exciting to see. Okay, so where are they going? Storage-wise. Let me just track them. Obviously, they're going out this way. This was back when I was trying to send everything to a single level. Which ended up being a horrible idea, by the way. And then this is going over here. And stators. Oh, and rotors. We found them both. Okay, so now that we know where that is, what corner is the actual corner that we're dealing with? How am I supposed to measure this? I wish I could drop a light beam that would show me exactly what the vertical connection is for these things. Because I'm definitely going to want to do an infinite lift, but maybe an infinite lift isn't really called for. As long as it's perfectly straight. And I guess technically we do want to see what's going on here anyway. Like, since I can see that this one and this one are good to go. Right, so that's good. Oh, you know what? We could also just build an outside wall here. Use that as our measure. I think that's what I normally would do anyway. Just go zoop. See how far down we have to go to make this be done. I'm noticing that there's a whole area over here that we are right next to that we've never looked at. Then we'll just connect some stators and some rotors. Unfortunately, it looks like we've got way more stators than rotors. Doesn't look like we have any rotors. Whatever rotors we have are instantly being used. Plenty of rotors though, or stators. My initial thought is to just split this. But maybe I shouldn't. Are we uploading rotors somewhere? Probably on a test bench a million miles away. Yeah, that doesn't count. What are we using rotors for? I'd hate to find out that we actually have a fully functioning motor factory somewhere. I don't think that's the case, though. Right, we're using the rotors for the smart plating. That's what's going on. Okay. We probably don't need a full belt of rotors, so we can cut this. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two. We'll do a corner here. And another corner here. And then we'll just come back and belt all of this. I love seeing the train there, by the way. I have a very... Uh-oh. What? I have a very interesting plan coming for that train. We have an upcoming need to make plastic and rubber. And you know I love the recycling. So I'm going to drop the oil to the power plant, and then anything extra is going to come back to our rubber plastic recycling plant. And we're going to disobey the laws of thermodynamics. But we're not going to have to build any more infrastructure. Which is good. You know, the fact that we're not getting any rotors is not good. Maybe I should track our rotors. Get a sense of what's going on there. Let's do that, and let's do that, let's do that. Might as well connect this infinite lift here. Assuming I have it set up correctly. What? There we go. It's like, why can't I reach this? We're just out of range. Hello? The snap point is somewhere weird for some reason. Where's the power? Why the snap point is in that corner only? I'll never know. I don't need to know. Point is it's now connected. So where do we put our rotor production? Because we are struggling on rotors. Rotors could be... Well, you know the smart thing to do in this case is just to backtrace it. I'm glad we have all these labels. I would probably make rotors some kind of red. Nope, I was wrong. Oh, I made it blue in honor of the screws. Okay, it's all about the iron rods. We're having massive iron rod issues. And we've got plenty of machines to make rotors. I mean, this is a good chunk. Even though half of them are specifically set aside to make... I don't think we're actually making rotors in the Mega Factory. Let's go down to the rotor storage. And then we'll just do a quick pickup. Let's see, where... I've been here a million times. I should know exactly where it is by now. Right next to our slow belt. Let's do a quick pickup of iron rods and we'll be right back. All right, so we've grabbed a huge amount of iron rods from our starter factory. We got way too many of them. And I'm just going to try to grab some of these plates so we can see where the iron rods go. And then I think we might kind of be smart about this and label some of these things. It's iron rods all the way down. I'm just going to put a quick little sign in. So we know that this is where the iron rods go. All right. And I'll just drop the rest of these off. All right, well, I guess I could take a couple iron plates with me. I'll leave some room there for those guys. And then we'll burn whatever we can from the depot first, just to eliminate or make use of any other iron plates that we can. Boy, this is a really big factory. Holy moly. We're almost to the top. Yeah, right. And let's see. All right, I like what I've got going here. Let me take a second to build out all these belts. I'll be right back. Okay. I think that's the start of it. We're getting just a few stators because all these early machines are filling up. We're having issues because we know we're not making enough rotors right now. But we're gonna push through because the point is that we want to we just want to push through so we can consume the maximum number of plates, then go back and determine how many rods we need to add to the system. And then I think here we got 3 inputs, 1 output. Oh, it's a real shame that we didn't put these all on a separate level. That would have been genius. Instead, they're all basically on the same level. Should I be splitting these or merging these? Or does it matter? Technically, it's probably better practice to merge. We'll merge this one inline. Then we'll go this way for the rest of them. This looks good like this. Obviously, the one you can use the bottom on, you use the bottom on it. If this is willing to align, we'll take that. Oh, wait. We're using the bottom twice in that case. Oops. We'll have to go up on this one. And then I guess we'll just ramp on this one right here. Not perfect. I might consider reworking that just to make the connection simpler. Matter of fact, I think I am going to do that. This is an opportunity for us to improve our blueprint. So we've reloaded the blueprint. This blueprint is very simple, right? Because it's very low input. It's only 1.25, 3.75, 3.75, right? So it's not like we're killing ourselves. Or we need to do any double layers or anything like that. Oh. I might just delete all this. Might be simpler just to delete it all. The only thing I want to maintain is the output on the bottom layer. Let's make sure we do that. So the simplest thing to do would be to just kind of pop out here, maybe right in the middle. We'll go like that. And then we'll have you go in here. And then you will connect to yourself over there. And then here we'll say splitter. Go, go, go. And now we just need to connect all of these to the various levels. Is it a splitter? Yeah. Yeah. And we'll just pop you over here. Pop you back here. We'll drop you down. I could technically drop them all down. And 1, 2 should be level. All right. Like I could make this look a little better. To the ground is 1, 2. The next level up is 1, 2. Well, we made that look so good. Let's just do it all the way, I guess. From the ground. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a more perfect blueprint, I think. We only need to build one of them to test it. Reclaim the stuff here. All right, see how much easier that is to connect? So beautifully straightforward. So now, well, you know what? Let's build as many of these as we can, and then we'll let all the various factories replenish our... Yeah. We could only do 2 more, but that's 2 less that we have to deal with it going forward. We need to get our crystal oscillators in place. Looking for a good place to insert these. Looks like right around here is good. We might as well nuzzle it. Nuzzle? Nestle? We might as well make it close. We're getting a trickle of rotors. It's funny because seeing that way made me remember exactly where our test bench is, because our test bench was a long distance trickle of rotors. Memory is one of those things. Ooh, that's gonna be that's a long way up. Maybe I should boost from here first. It also doesn't really matter at this point. We need to build this bus. I'm gonna basically extend this bus to include crystal oscillators. Maybe I should put one more level on here. It's possible we need one more thing from that side of the factory to this side of the factory. No guarantees, but why not have it be available? I'll check in once I've got the conveyor poles lit or built. All right, we got the conveyor poles built. Now it's a question of where are the crystal oscillators? Looks like our high-speed connectors aren't really getting cranked out that fast. No, wait, this is our radios. And I think our high-speed connectors are probably a level above us. So we're not going to worry about that right now. We just want the crystal oscillators. Trying to decide how we're going to pull crystal oscillators out. Also considering building one little tiny storage for crystal oscillators exclusively for the storage and execution of motors. Again, we're talking such small numbers, but I don't want whatever I do next to soak up all the crystal oscillators. If we have, you know, a nice storage container full for motors only. What is it? So this thing is holding 4,800 crystal oscillators. The motor recipe that we're using, it demands 1.25 per, so 4,800 divided by 1.25. That would support 3,000 executions of that recipe. So yeah, one storage is enough. Plus it's actually backed by all these other storages as well. So we're good. I'm happy with this. All right, I'm gonna connect this to our bus, get these crystal oscillators shipped over to the other side of the factory. let me, at the very least, get this one connection going, and then we'll cut while we just build the bus. Well, if we can get this lined up, that's always a fun little activity. So it wants to merge here-ish, I would think. How straight can we do this? Not straight enough. Unless we start from here and take advantage. Oh man, we're off by a mile. Oh, the location of the lift itself is in the wrong place. I don't know if we can even build this here. All right. And then now we've got that connected. Now that we've got it connected, I'll build the bus and we'll be right back. It'll be instant for you. Okay, so crystal oscillators are on the line. So we know we're having issues of height. And if I go infinite lift, it would need to be kind of in here if we were going to do it that way. I don't think we can get it exactly tall enough by just doing a splitter or lifting on the edge here. I hate this. If I can get it to be straight, it might be good enough for now. We're gonna have to eyeball this. We're at 18. Let's see how far off we are. It might be straight, but it doesn't matter because it can't reach unless we go like that, and it still can't reach. Okay, well that makes the choice easier. Not better, just easier. We'll just extend this. And this might not even be enough. I don't know if I want to connect this here. Now we're just short. I think for the purposes of getting this part done, we're going to connect this way, and if we have an objection during the beauty pass, we can fix it then. All right, I hear the machines kicking on above me. It's crazy how if you take half enough times, how quickly you get to zero. All right, now How many of these do we have left to build? 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So for every 3, we want 9. 1, 2, 3. Let's do some coloring just to get it done faster. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's say it's 8. Good old 8 times 9 is 72. So 72 more rigger motor machines. Woo, that's a lot. That is going to be a shopping list and a half. Oh, wow. 4,000 cable, 12,000 quartz crystal, 1,400 modular frames. A ton of quick wire. Let's drop what we can immediately visually tell we can drop. Oh, we actually need the silica. Don't need cooling or that. Probably drop some casings. Do we need heavy modulars? If we do, it's off the screen. Quartz crystal or crystal oscillators we can deal with locally. Ooh. We might have trouble with the sheets. And then let's see if we can get these bundles out of the way. Those are loading up nicely. Oh man, this is going to be a shopping trip and a half. Looks like the deal breaker right this second is the cable. Normally, I would say the ideal would be to go around and gather all this stuff, but now with uploaders, I feel like I just need to clear the depot a bit. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, I've decided that this is just going to be a shopping nightmare. I looked it over. There's really no easy way around this. I think while we're here, we're going to build as many of these as we can, which might be 1. And then we'll just go and grab some stuff, I guess. We can't even build 1. We don't even have the cable space. Okay, well, let's store it all. Let's see if we can at the very least grab all the cables we need. Kind of check that off the list. All right, we have access to cable. Should have a decent amount of cable here. What are we looking at? 4,000. So we need half of what's in here. That's close to it. Sheesh. We could pull some copper sheets while we're down here. We definitely want to take from the depot before we take from inventory. Just sort of organizing our inventory sufficiently to get this built is going to be a challenge. Uh-oh. Don't have really great momentum here. Oh boy. So let's swap out some stuff. Like, we don't need all of this cable right this second. But we do have all the cable we need. And then we know we need encased beam, and we know we want some of that. Yeah, that's enough to get a couple clicks in. And we'll turn this and get as many clicks in as we can. Uh-oh. Yeah, we built that the wrong direction. Whoops. Let's add one back to our to-do list. Blueprint. Click. This is a little better. I like this a lot more. That's a halfway decent amount. We might have to go back and put in power. So we have room to breathe here. Let's go for this. Okay, got the power put in there. I guess we'll just keep cranking as many of these as we can. Do we need iron rods? I don't know that we do. We got a lot going on here with the iron plates. Take from inventory before depot. No, we got that set right. What else do we need to sort of expand our clicking? Quartz crystal. We're short on crystal and silica. Let's take a trip out to the old crystal and silica factory, though those should be pretty close to empty at any given time. I could probably pull locally for most of this, but there's an excuse to go out and see what's going on at the quartz crystal factory. Oof, 11,000. That's a lot. All right, here we go. We're about to arrive at the quartz crystal factory. My hope here is what? That we have some chances are good. If I know me, I've set up some side pockets where we could still draw good chunks. 9,000. That's not bad. If you need 10,000, 9,000 right off the bat is pretty good. Silica, on the other hand, doesn't look like we put any side pockets down. We only need 1,000. Yeah, we could probably just steal. Let's just steal this. Sort that back down and we're good to go. All right. Let's see if we can make our way back reasonably. Our concrete's going to fill up nicely because we do have 6 digital depots exclusively dedicated to filling concrete. So our concrete building should be fine. I should probably pull in some iron rods. I don't even know if those are really going to upload. Oh, a few of them are moving in. Oh, we do need motors. Okay. Let's see if we can sort out a couple more clicks. We need some of everything. Reinforced plate. You know, somewhere in this factory we've got a ton of reinforced plate. Maybe we'll make that the thing we pick up next time. So on this one, I somehow put my signage in the absolute worst place. It always needs to be the opposite. Okay. I think we're good on cable. Our crystal oscillators are filling up nicely, so we probably don't have to worry about that too much. More cable. Oh, if I had the steel beams, I could knock all that off our list. For me, the sooner you can get something off the list, the better. Just one less thing to have to deal with. It's kind of... we're in that middle stage right now. And we could grab a few motors from the motor factory that we're building right now so we can build more motor factories. Let me put in a little wire here. Maybe I should connect a good chunk of this. Okay, now that we have that, it'll be a little easier to actually hover. Let's see how many of these we can squeeze in. Most important about each row is getting the first click right. Okay. Where are we? Reinforced plate. Sheets. We've got a chunk of sheets. Not all the sheets we would want, but a chunk. We got the cable, right? Shouldn't need any more cable. Yeah. It would seem like grabbing a good chunk of reinforced plate would be a good step. They want 3,000. I should have emptied my inventory a lot more. Somehow we still are not consuming enough plate to keep this part of the factory running. I'm gonna have to build a directory for this thing so I can find everything. I think for right now, we only need to grab enough reinforced plate to kind of fill our inventory, so I don't need to find the storage location right this second. Though it would be nice to know where it is. Hold on, let me find the reinforced plate. Okay, so we've got... Actually, this is a pretty convenient place for us to deal with this. And then, you know what we'll do? We'll slide in a couple of reinforced plates into our manual uploader. And then we'll drop off some of these non-plates. Or non-reinforced plates, I should say. And then we'll grab some more of these. That should be enough to get us clicking again. Actually, modular frames are also on our list. And I think we're making modular frames nearby. But I'll find that in a second. Let's go and click a few more times. Okay, we made it back up. We were able to click in a couple more. I think now it's like we're getting to the edge of convenience here. Though something just clicked itself off the list, which is very convenient. We'll have enough in the uploader to fully cover here soon. Let me store all of the quartz crystal. Temporarily, anyway. And let's fill up something that... Sorry. Why is it that I don't have... Oh, wait, no, coffee cup's in our hand. Let's just switch to the coffee cup as our standard. Okay. Very important to resolve that. And I think... Yeah, the modular frames are going to be our deal breaker. But let's grab some cable first. And then maybe a good chunk of sheets. We can get the ornament bundle out of the way. Good chunk of sheets. Can we pull down some frames? We're getting there. The concrete uploads really fast, so we really don't need to deal with that. Let's grab some of these local motors so they can keep making more. All right. Slap in a few more blueprints. Missing quartz crystal. That's easy enough to grab a few more of those. These reinforced iron plates are really major deal breakers. All right. Nice little drone flying by there. Let's see if we can... Now it's just a matter of just trying to Tetris all this inventory. Well, we need more of that. I wonder... Oh man, we're so close to being done with quartz crystal. That's going to be good news. I think I might switch this to take from inventory first, so we can clean out as much of our inventory as possible. So this is a weird balancing act. The more you pull from the depot, the faster you can build. The more you pull from your local inventory, the less you have to go back for more supplies. I think. Like, there's a balance there. If the digital uploader, just thinking it through, uploaded all items instantaneously, you could build forever, right? If your inventory was infinitely big, you could build forever. So it might make sense to burn down all our inventory first right now. Which way are we turning this one? Looks like it's this way. There we go. All right. What's left? Yeah, definitely better to clean out the inventory. Might try to just grab... I know we're making engines on the test bench, but I don't think we're making as many as we were. And we can probably get past the 320 mark, which is all we need to finish this build. We'll send this item to the checkmark section of our list. So now we can see everything on one screen here. I mean, I should probably just pick up this quartz crystal And what else do I want to get right away? Anything where I'm almost done is what I'm looking for. Looks like we're gonna have to make another trip for some stuff though. But we can still click out a few more. We're getting close. You can tell because we're almost back by the stairs. Hello? We're really that far out of power? Alright, hold on. Let me connect power again. Okay, we got a good chunk of power in now. We can at least hover reasonably well. Obviously, I've missed a few spots, though. Like this guy. And this one. I'll just connect these last three, and then we'll get back to it. Technically, we are burning through our cable and our ornament bundles. But that's okay. All right. Now, let me... Where are we on quick wire? I'm going to pull a chunk of that in. Let's get a couple more of these in place. Keep going as far as get as many of these out of the way as we can before we run out of something. And we ran out of something. Our concrete's loading really well. I'm gonna keep trying to avoid that. Looks like we could bring in some sheets. That would help us. Concrete is good. So really, encased beams and sheets. Well, we also need a good chunk of frames and... Well, the frames are idle right now. 50 stacks are just ridiculously low. We're gonna have to pull the reinforced plate manually. I like it when I see something coming off the list. Let's go for the frames and reinforced plate. I think we can knock both of those out. I'm trying to decide if our encased industrial beam supply is that bad. That's really bad. This is our landmark. Reinforced plate. How many of these? Okay, there it is. I could leave one stack behind and let us refill on that. Try to take advantage of the uploader to extend our inventory capacity. All right, we got the frames out of the way. So really, I think it's the sheets primarily and the encased beams. Ooh, I'm worried about this encased beam. Really worried about the encased beams. I'm going to upgrade this just so we can pull the beams out of it. Actually, that should have been upgraded anyway. Why would that one little piece not be upgraded? $600 encased beams and sheets. Ooh, you know what? I like the odds of this having something good in it. I mean, you don't always get what you want, but it was nice to have that moment. Let's see if we've got some aluminum sheets that we can pick up relatively easily over here. There should be a side stack, even though we're using them all for heat sinks. Oh, but the side stack includes uploading. But we're uploading slower than we're side stacking, so that's good. Encased beams. Problem is now we only have room for one thing. Trying to make room for 600 encased beams. In the hopes that we can find 600 encased beams lying around. Ah, look at that. Just yoink all of those. All right. Give me a second. I'll check back in once we get closer to the build site. All right. No plastic in here. I'm thinking let's go with blueprints. And let's get a good number of these clicks back in. We're close, we're just having power issues. I wonder... See if we can get enough power connected there to hover reliably. We are 17 away according to our original plan. That's not a cop-out, not to say like, oh, according to our original plan, but we're going to reduce that because of X, Y, and Z. No, we're going to try to do the whole thing here. It looks like we've got 3 extra somehow. That's a lot of motor making. It does look like we're going to have 3 extras on the shopping list. Right, because every column and row is built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we only need 7. Just make that adjustment so our shopping list is a little more accurate. Where? Okay, so we've got the quartz crystal covered. I could probably pick all this up now. This one, not so much. That's because I use build from depot before inventory. I think I see that now. $250. I mean, the plastic is trying to flow. Let's see if we can... Like, if I took a little break here to build some wiring to get this power going, how much of this plastic would be ready for us by the time we finish that? Let's find out. Okay, so by the time I got all that power connected, we actually uploaded all the plastic we needed. Let's just keep connecting a little bit more power just to make the hover a tad easier. I don't want to accidentally eat food. All right, so we got that built out. Now it's just a matter of what? I guess first step would be to just power it all. So give me 1 second, I'll power this. Okay, I think everything is powered. I'm seeing nothing but yellow light. Now the question is belting. I don't even know if we have the sheets to do the belting. We're getting some uploaded, so it's going to be a matter of fingers being crossed, I think. So yeah, let me, I think what I'll do is I'll just belt the output of this so we can decide how we want to output or store these. Ooh, what are you doing here? I'll build these. I'll check in on the edges. All right, so we're on the edge of this one. Whatever we want to choose, I think, is the right choice. Just make sure that it's the right direction and the correct number. Right, and then we'll just continue with the bottom one. Try to get this done in a reasonable amount of time. But I'll see you on the next edge. Okay, I am really happy that we went in and altered this blueprint. I gotta tell you, it's a lot easier to build when everything is perfectly straight, simply aligned. It is so much easier to build in mass in those situations. Right, because all you have to do is build it straight. You barely have to think about it. You could definitely get into the zone. Right, just connect this to this. And then go all the way down. I think we'll just talk through this one. So our first blueprint, it was really not built for this purpose, which is a slow input blueprint. The other one was a high speed. 2 items had to have 2 inputs of the same type in order to maintain speed. All right. All right, then we'll build this one and then we'll check in on the other side. One more to go. Nope. 2 more. Nope. 3 more to go. This is still way better than the way I was doing it previously. This serpentine pattern is more scalable and less annoying to build. Which is really me saying the same thing twice, because if it's annoying enough to build, you just won't build big enough. But we'll check in on the other side of this one. All right. We're getting there. Just keep this momentum going. I kind of like the idea of building these edges, even though I'm only building the output. See those motors on the belt there? Just trying to get this so we can make our storage solution. I'll probably just do our standard big storage of motors, even though technically probably aren't going to have a lot of time to build up a huge amount of motors. I'll probably do it anyway. Can we skip this step? Ooh, even easier. There's always room for improvements. Another level of simplicity to the build. Okay, so we're on the last turn here. We're connecting using our new method, simplified method. And then we'll just connect this bottom collection. Now, this should be running. It has power. Not all of them have inputs, though, because we are only collecting the outputs. So there is that. But all in all, if we were looking at this is 7.5, so yeah, 780. It's over 100 machines. We know this. And we did not put 100 machines in. We put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 45 machines. Not too bad. Hey, drone. Not too bad. 45 times 7.5. So we're pushing half a belt. It's not exactly half a belt, but we're pushing half a belt. And then on the output, I really didn't leave myself a lot of room to negotiate the rest of this. Do I want my only or do I want my VC? Can't tell. We want to pull it in. I mean, typically the lifts are the back. So I think I'm going to stick with that. Let's look for the... Is it BC? No copper. And we'll just run this down. Reconnect you. And what do we call that? The BC one? Okay, what's going on here? Did I put in the wrong one? Yes. I somehow still put in the wrong one. I'll have to just... Okay, we're just gonna make this one work. It's just gonna be in the middle. Only you and I'll know why. These first ones won't even get used. Uh-oh. Oh. For a second there, it looked like it was going the other way. And we'll just connect all the portraits. And then maybe we'll do a quick double back and Mark 5 the lifts. Then we'll double back and label all of these as motors. Okay, we got it done. All motors all the time. Though technically this first one's not motors. We could come in and around and do some fun stuff with the uploader. Oops. We'll put a nice little splitter here. And have you go around the world. Actually, let's line this up like this. And then we'll split it in. I guess we got to put the nudge mode on first. Technically, this should be a splitter. Then we'll nudge. Then we'll... Okay, you got to rotate before you nudge. There we go. We'll send half to storage and digital upload. Dimensional depot. If you want to use correct terms. Right? So there you go. That's a pretty good motors factory. And if we have to come back, we can always summer sloop and or overclock once we get to the point where we actually have representative inputs. But for right now, thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. I think the plan would be to just upgrade these motors right on top of this one. Right, so if we look at motor, those get turned into engines. We've got plenty of smart plate. I don't know if I'd use the word plenty for rubber, but we definitely have rubber. And now we have motors. So if I built the same amount to make modular engines, which would be a lot, by the way, every 2 would turn into 1. So that means I need half the number of machines if I want to fully consume the motors at this level. A problem with that is for every we need turbo motors as well. So modular engines is X number of things. And then turbo motors also takes motors, no matter how we do it. We've got extra stators. We definitely have extra nitrogen. We're short on pressure conversion cubes, but it still might be worth it to use this alternate to avoid cooling systems. I think that's what we're going to do. But regardless, either way, we still need more motors. And we need the exact same number of motors either way. It's a little weird that this drone path is right here. So, my thought is, we won't go totally hog wild on engines, right? Because we only need 1 modular engine, 2.5 for every 1. So if we wanted 1 row of thermal propulsion rockets, which looks like we're still going to have to make cooling systems. Blah. We've gotten a long way without having to factorize the cooling system. Yeah, and it's a must-have item. All right, easy enough. We'll figure something out for that. It's not a deal breaker. We might make a water factory and have something where we're distributing water everywhere. Who knows? The point is that we don't necessarily need 10,000 of these, right? I mean, 10 machines would get everything we needed done in an hour. 1 per minute, 500 minutes, 50 minutes. So if we said, okay, let's get it with 2, so let's say 18 machines. So for 2 rows of this, we would need 5 rows of these. Do we have room for that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that, wait. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. How many did we miscalculate? I think we miscalculated. Some of these look like they're kind of hidden. Yeah, we built a lot more than we thought. It's definitely by 9, but it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we built 81 machines. So if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces. Some row. I want to get to the end product of this line. So at this point, we need, if I said 1 row, okay, let's start jotting things down now. We're planning the next one. So for every 1 row of thermal propulsion rockets, we need right 2.5 to 1. 2.5. Ugh. What a number. Fused modular frames, I think we're okay. I'm not even going to calculate those. If we did a full cooling system level, just because we're probably going to need cooling systems elsewhere. Or not. Well, there's a high-end supercomputer option here. That we might consider for the directory system. So, okay. So if we made a massive cooling system, we don't have to worry about calculating that in because we're just going to decide to make a bunch of them. Like another big line like we just did. So then for every 1 TPR, we need 2.5 modular engine and 1 turbo motor. Turbo motors. Yeah, we could probably use this as an option just to avoid this cooling system problem. And then modular engines. This one is pretty straightforward. Smart plating, rubber, and okay. So it's 1, 2, it's 4.5 per. 4.5 rows per. Did I say we had 9 rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that worked out perfectly. So we'll do 2 thermal propulsion rocket rows, 5 MEs. Modular engines and 2 turbo motor lines. And that's that. Do we need these modular engines or anything outside of this? Nope. It's a straight pass through. And then what else can we use the turbos for? It's a pass through here as well. So that simplifies this. So all we need now, we'll just build a really big. It'll be 2, 5, and 2. That's simple. I think what that means is we should do 5 first, then do 2, and then do 2. The only question is, will we run into a problem? So, well, we should be able to figure out how to snake this in such a way where we end up connecting at the end to the thing we want to connect to. All right, I'm happy about that. We got a plan for next time as well. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.